Hello, today I'll be presenting Price Watch. Most grocery comparison apps stop at shelf prices, but spending $2 on a bus ride to save $1 on groceries is a net loss. Price Watch answers a much more realistic question. Factoring travel time, transit fare, and personal time value, which supermarket is actually worth the trip? We combine basket building, true cost comparison, and map-based routing into one seamless workflow. I'll begin by demonstrating the login flow using a pre-registered account. Logging in securely through Superbase allows the app to retrieve our saved profile preferences and basket data, instantly personalizing the experience for returning users. Here in the settings page, users configure two critical baseline values, a default home postal code and a default hourly rate. The postal code provides the exact geographical origin for our routing logic. The hourly rate is essential because it converts travel minutes into a quantifiable dollar penalty. We don't just find the cheapest store in theory, we find the most mathematically efficient store for this specific user. If two stores have similar prices, but one takes an hour to reach, the time penalty will correctly flag it as a bad choice. To show you how this is managed, let's look at our Superbase backend. This is the profiles table. Each authenticated user has a row storing their ID, email, hourly rate, postal code, and their saved basket state. This table ensures a seamless cross-session experience. Next is the SyncStat data table. This holds our core grocery dataset, item names, categories, baseline prices, and CPI indexes. We sync this with official data.gov metrics, so our application's pricing model scales dynamically with real-world economic conditions. Our application is driven by this structured backend data, not hard-coded placeholders. Let's put the data to use and build a basket. Instead of forcing users to browse a massive catalog, we use fuse.js for fuzzy searching. Users can rapidly type and add staples like milk, bread, rice, and eggs directly from the drop-down results. As items are added, they populate the basket below, displaying unit prices and subtotals. Supermarkets can often discount single items to get you into the door. By forcing the evaluation of a complete basket, we capture the true cost of a realistic shopping trip. We can also adjust quantities here. Scaling up items significantly shifts which store offers the best bulk value. At the bottom, the summary gives a quick overview of our total items and base cost. And because we are logged in, our state manager seamlessly debounces and syncs this basket back to Superbase. Now for the core engine of Price Watch, calculating the return on investment. Our postal code and hourly rate are pre-filled from our profile, removing friction so the user can move straight into analysis. When I click Find Nearby Stores, a multi-step pipeline executes. First, we geocode the user's postal code. Next, we query the Google Places API for nearby supported chains, FairPrice, Shengxiong, and Cold Storage. Then, we recalculate our specific basket for each brand, applying chain-specific multipliers to our CPI backend prices. Simultaneously, the Google Directions API estimates travel time, and our internal logic calculates the public transport fare. Finally, the system combines all of this into a net ROI. Here are the optimized results. Each card details the store name, travel time, estimated fare, and the final net ROI. A positive green ROI means the user objectively saves more money after transport and time costs. A negative red ROI warns the user that the trip is a net loss, even if the shelf prices look cheaper. Transparency is critical here. The breakdown table explicitly shows the projected basket value, the transit fare, the opportunity cost of the user's time, and the final calculation. We aren't a black box. The user can see exactly why one trip is mathematically superior to another. For spatial context, we render an interactive map view. Clicking a marker reveals the same detailed financial breakdown directly on the map, allowing the user to relate numerical value to actual geography. Crucially, the users can launch this exact route directly in Google Maps. This bridges the gap between analysis and action, allowing the user to step out their door immediately. Finally, clicking Show Most Optimal isolates the highest ROI option, cutting out the noise. To summarize, PriceWatch is a comprehensive decision support system. We combine persistent user profiles, structured backend data, dynamic pricing models, and spatial routing algorithms into a single workflow. We move beyond simple price checks to answer the real question: which supermarket makes the most sense for this specific trip? Thank you.